With the loading of that plate, I welcome you to this wonderful, magnificent leg day. We've got an interesting video here full of all sorts of fun camera angles and some really great lifting here. There is some things we need to discuss first, though, I think. And that is going to be, how are we feeling? Are we feeling good? Are we totally recovered from the previous microcycle? Well, let's see. My back, everything except for my lats is totally recovered, which is nice because those straight leg deadlifts today absolutely smiggity smoked my lumbar spine. Well, I guess not my spine, but all the muscles around it. Super duper crazy back pump on that one. And then pretty much all the other muscles of the back are recovered, and biceps are still just slightly sore, like 20% maybe. So loading on the 45-pound bumpers to increase the weight now. So this will be the second warm-up set here with 135. Squat form is looking good. The only thing is, you guys can probably tell I'm crooked, and I think it's because that left foot is still trailing back sometimes when I get my feet set before I start squatting. So that's going to be something that I'm really going to focus on, and I'm glad that I used this this camera angle, this front on angle. It is slightly tilted, so it's not totally straight, so I might not be as crooked as it looks to me, but definitely going to work on it and see how it feels. So slapping on the 10s, that brings the weight to 155, and this is going to be, yes, our first working set here. So how did we perform today? So we're still at 3 RIR. This is our second full week at 3 RIR to start this macro cycle. So this will be week 2 out of 5. And so really everything should be consistent. The only thing that should change on the second week is if I didn't get sore or something like that, I would add some volume in on whatever exercise was not stimulative enough. So as far as high bar back squat, I did 2 the very first micro, and then ever since then I've done 3. 3 was good today as well, and I did keep the same number of reps. So the first set here I did 11, and then the second set I did 9 and 7 on the last set. So pretty good performance there. Still, I wrote down 2 RIR, and that's because it's probably because my foot is jacked up too. I need to fix that, but also I think just after being sick, still a little bit of slowness there to get back to like full lung health. I'm still a little bit congested and stuff, so I think most of that extra pressure I was feeling was most likely from just respiratory issues, getting winded more easily. But yeah, high bar back squats, they went pretty well. Just gonna adjust that form. I'll do the same angle next time so that we'll be able to see and watch together to see if our form gets better on it. If it looks a little bit more straight on, and then I'll be able to see. This is probably why sometimes I'll have one quad more sore than the other after a leg day, which is just strange, but it's happened to me multiple times. So definitely will be looking out for that. And again, I've mentioned it several videos in a row, but it's definitely true. Recording your workouts, even if you're not going to post them or make content, it could it's a little boring to watch yourself. At least I think it is. For me, it's pretty boring to sit here and like watch the videos of myself. But when I'm recording the voiceovers for these, it allows me to like watch the video while I'm recording, and then I can see my form and be like, oh, hey, I'm doing this thing that I probably shouldn't be doing. Let me adjust that next time. And so hopefully, I mean, it should pay off for me in the long run as far as getting the form down, making sure everything is lined up correctly so we can get as big and jacked as possible. You know what I'm saying, guys? Oh, please, you're far too kind. Yeah, thank you. But all jokes aside, where are we going from here? So this should be, loading up the 10s for a load of 65 pounds for this warm-up on straight leg deadlifts. And like I was just about to say, we already looked at high bar back squat, so we know what we're doing there. I think we'll stick with 3 sets. I'm going to make that form adjustment on the next leg day. It'll be a 2 RR leg day. And I am going to increase the load to 160 pounds. So add 5 pounds. And I'm going to shoot for the same reps or potentially add a rep, especially if it feels a lot better like it has in the past when I made this correction. Because unfortunately, this is something I'm having to just continually manage, because it seems like I'll feel like, oh, it's good, I've got it fixed, it feels better. And then slowly over time, session to session, it'll like creep back. I don't know. Maybe I was potentially needing some sort of corrective surgery back when this happened. But I mean, I'm pretty sure we went to an orthopedic surgeon or something like that. I had imaging done and everything. So it healed up fine on its own, and I'm able to squat now. So I don't know, maybe it was something that needed a little more, but I don't know. I'm also of the opinion that you should always go with the least invasive thing possible. Like, for example, if there's some sort of condition or some issue I'm having and I can, eat less of a certain type of food and eat more of another kind of food, and that'll pretty much resolve it. Or I can take this pill that has, a bunch of different side effects, or I could have this, experimental surgery done. Like, it's just escalating steps of, I guess, increasing your risk for having something bad happen to you. Because anytime you're having a medical procedure or something like that, you're taking on a certain level of risk, because the people performing surgeries are human beings, and sometimes they make mistakes just like anybody else. And knowing that, I would want to choose the route that's going to be, if a mistake is made, it's not going to be something that's life-altering or super, super dangerous for me. That's just kind of my thinking on it. So I'm not quite sure where I'm going with that, but anyway, let's get back on track here. So where are we at? We loaded up the 25s and the 5s. So that's our working weight. So this must be... Yeah, that looked like it was either the working set or... Yep, that was definitely the working set, because I was sitting there for quite a while after that. Oh man, those straight leg deadlifts. I just have such a love for those. Such a great exercise. And it's been working for me for a really long time. Although, like I was mentioning at the beginning of the video, those ones today, man, oh man, they really got my back pumped. Which I don't really mind, because I do separate my legs and pull day by one session, the push day, of course, and then pull and legs are separated by a full-on rest day. So I try to, give them plenty of space so that they're not crowding each other and getting in the way of each other's hypertrophy stimuli. It's just rude to bunch all your stimulus up like that, and it gets all like hot and bothered and a little bit stinky and stuff. Just really not good. But yeah, straight leg deadlifts, great exercise. Definitely keeping those. So now we are on to the reverse Nordic curls here, and these felt pretty good. It's always really uncomfortable doing them after squats, of course, and straight leg deadlifts, because now my hamstrings and my quads are both pumped. And so it's the stretch, the big stretch at the bottom of the movement there on those reverse Nordics is really uncomfortable for the quads, but it kind of feels a little bit good too. I don't know. It's like sometimes it feels good to stretch after a hard set or something like that. Now, let's get on to nutrition. So what are we looking at here? So this is for today, and I already know what I'm going to eat over the next hour or two that I'm still awake. But we're sitting at 3,000 calories, 169 protein, 370 carbs, 68 fat. That's a pretty good day for me. That's not bad. Now, the protein, I probably do need to be a little more vigilant about. Make sure that I try to at least hit 180, because that would really be, that would be like 1.05 grams per pound of body weight or something like that, like just over 1 gram per pound of body weight. So that's my actual goal, but I usually try to aim a little bit above it, just because all of my protein's coming from plant sources. I want to make sure that I'm getting the best possible mix of amino acids. It doesn't take a tremendous amount of planning, but I would figure probably, except for some extreme cases, for everybody, it's probably a good idea to get a variety of foods in your diet. That way, whatever you might be missing from these red veggies here, you can get from these green ones, and those might be missing something from these starchy ones, and just the different varieties. Probably an indicator of health on somebody's plate. So as far as those reverse Nordics, I think volume-wise, I'm going to leave them at 2 sets for now. I don't know if I mentioned, straight leg deadlifts was just 1 set and 12 reps, same as last time. Felt good, not too much more challenging, but I was still pretty winded after the high bar back squat, of course. And then we are now doing calf raises here. And I really didn't want to do them at the end of leg day, but here we are. I don't want to do them at the beginning because it'll interfere with the bigger movements, so I'm going to leave them at the end for now. And then I'll do them also on pull day. So I'm going to superset them with those incline curls on pull day. And then that way it's a nice seated exercise, easy, just the isolation for the biceps, and then a little bit of spinal load from the calf raises, but maybe it'll be a bit of a warm-up before we do the pull-ups after those two. So we'll see how that goes. That'll be in 2 days. Tomorrow is push day, tomorrow morning. Very excited for that, but yeah, that's where we're at, guys. Getting over being sick and getting out there, getting after it, and gonna get good and have a good day. Bye, guys.